Hi everyone, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So if you haven't been here before, my name's Beth and I am a seamstress, but I also make like knit, crochet content here, Instagram, all the usuals. So yeah, I typically make 2-week like making vlogs and I normally finish and start on a Sunday, but today's Saturday because the last one was getting so long. So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly show you where we're at so that we know what we're going to be working on. So firstly, I'm making this jumper for my boyfriend for Christmas. I feel like I'm making kind of good progress on it. This was a lifeline that I had to rip back to like last week, I think. So yeah, we're making good progress on the body, and basically I've got, if I can find the actual ball of it, I have this much left of this ball of yarn. So this is the Let Lopi yarn from Iztech. So it's Icelandic wool and it's very rustic, so I don't love working on this, but this is my own design that I'm making as I go along, and I'm basically just going to keep going on the body, I think, because firstly I want him to be able to try it on with the body done, and secondly I need to remeasure his arms to figure out the decrease increments. So that's what we're doing on that one. And then if you've been following along on the other videos, you may have seen there's like 3 pairs of penny gloves by Petite Knit that I'm making as Christmas gifts. So this is the 3rd pair, and I know I'm like, we're a bit ahead for Christmas, but I want to be organised. So yeah, this is the 5th glove now that I have made. So I just need to make obviously the 2nd pink one, and then I need to do thumbs on all 3 pairs because I haven't done thumbs on the first ones. All of this behind me is just basically knitting stuff. Yeah, obviously if you saw the last one, we've been making like the needle cases and things like that, but I don't think I'll be working on that this weekend because I'm quite busy. So that's why I just wanted to kind of update here and yeah, show you what we're doing. But yeah, just welcome to another video, I guess, and I'll update when anything happens. So I'm actually not going anywhere. We're having people over tonight, but right, okay, so this little cardigan thing I bought from a charity shop like a couple years ago, and I've just gone to put it on. Can someone explain to me why this has shrunk, please? I actually, this used to be this was quite big on me, and it definitely was not, you can't really see because of the top I'm wearing is black, but it was not like this severely cropped, and I'm sure that the sleeves were full length. Like, I don't even mind the sleeves being 3/4 length, but like, why is this? I feel like it's shrunk. I don't know. Maybe I'm going mad. And like, no, this hasn't been in the wash. This has literally been in my drawer. So yeah, really weird. I don't know. It's obviously you can see it's like really tiny crochet. I don't actually know what this is made of. 100% viscose, and it was from Debenhams originally, apparently. But yeah, this is like a large and it's dry clean only, so I like wouldn't have washed it, but like, what the hell? So today is Sunday and we've just been out for a meal because it was my great nan's 95th birthday this week. So yeah, we've just been out. Back now it's around like 4:30, so I'm literally just working more on my boyfriend's jumper. I just had him try it on before he left, and I knew I had a while to go. I think I've got 10 inches left on the body, which is quite a bit, but at least I know that the armpits fit him properly now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. It's Monday. I thought I'd quickly update. So if you caught the last vlog, you'll have seen that I was basically like making some sewn like needle cases and like crochet hook cases. The intention is like I'll be making these in real fabric to sell. So today I made the last sample for the cases. There are other products that I want to make, but this is basically like kind of the all-in-one case, I guess. I think I'm gonna call it like the all-in-one place case. I don't know, but yeah, so this is what it looks like. So it basically has, I don't know how well you can be able to see this because it is pretty dark, but it's got like small slots here, then bigger slots, then it's got like wider ones for like fixed circulars, and then this is going to be like an actual like zipper pocket, but I just don't want to keep wasting zips. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. So this is like a 4, I guess, like fold out, and yeah, it's tall enough to fit 20 centimeter DPNs. So this will pretty much fit like a whole set of interchangeable needles, a couple different sizes of DPNs. Like obviously you can put like multiple sets in one slot, probably fit like a whole range of crochet hooks. It's got 6 of these bigger slots. Obviously you don't have to use it for circulars, like you could really put in whatever you want, like them needle gauge things. You could put in like scissors or like measuring tapes, anything. And then yeah, just the pocket, which obviously you can put like stitch markers in and like needle stoppers. So I'm not going to go through the whole rest of them here, but if you are interested, on the last vlog, if you skip like the very end clip is going through like all the different ones. So I'm going to be offering 5 different sizes, and I basically was just planning out like how many of each case I want to sell for like the like make for the first drop, because I don't expect these to like sell out, don't get me wrong, but I also don't want to keep like wasting materials if there's not that much interest. And I also want to, I've been setting up my own website like behind the scenes. I was originally looking at using Shopify, but I think I'm going to use Squarespace because I like that you can have like a portfolio section and it doesn't have to solely be like e-commerce. Like with Shopify, it's just like predominantly for selling. So I like the range on Squarespace, but I haven't like paid for a plan yet. I've just been playing with like the free website builder, and obviously I'll be able to list my patterns on there. If you don't know, I do have 3 patterns up on Etsy. I have spoken about this before. I am currently in the process of reviewing and resizing them and like expanding the size range and reformatting. Plus I do have an additional pattern that's currently in testing, which is my granny square jacket. Hopefully I'll be able to put a picture up on the screen to block out the view of my towels. But yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm kind of torn between whether or not to list a couple on Etsy, because I know that the fees on Etsy just keep going up. Like I sell my patterns on there, but for physical items I'm a little bit like weary. And my traffic, I checked, is like pretty much 50-50 found through Etsy, and then like self-directed traffic, so like from my Instagram or YouTube or anything. So I don't feel like it'll be too much of a stretch to just try and launch the majority of the products on a website. Plus I'm also making stitch markers amongst like other things. So I think probably what I'll do is in a couple of weeks, once I've got everything kind of made up and ready to go, I think I'll probably do like a separate like specific video just sort of like introducing the whole range and like what products they're going to be. But anyway, if you're just here for the knitting, I'll update you on that. So final pair of penny gloves. We've got one with no thumb and we've got half of one. So really I should finish these up in like the next day or 2. I've been knitting on these on my lunch break, so really easy to take into work, and I've just been taking them in this little pouch that I made. This will also probably be on the website, but I'm using a stronger interfacing because like this is really floppy, but so I'm just keeping this one for myself, and it's got like a cute pink lining. So yeah, this sort of thing will also be up on the website. And then I'm also knitting on this, which is my boyfriend's Christmas jumper. This is my own pattern. It's taking me forever. So this again I've spoken about a couple times. The yarn is Let Lopey. This is very rustic and it really hurts my hands. I'm also knitting this in 2x2 rib on 4mm needles in like a men's, I would say it's probably like a large or an extra large. he's got broad shoulders. So yeah, basically this is where I'm at. This was my lifeline. And then, okay, so this is like one of the stitch markers that I made, if I don't block it with my hand. So this is just like one of the like clip ones. So basically I had him try it on, and I need to knit another like 10 inches for the body, although 1.5 inches of that is the bottom rib. So what I did is I clipped one of my stitch markers in, and then this is how much more I've knit, so that I know when I measure it's from the point of the clipped stitch marker. And yeah, it's been working pretty well. This isn't going anywhere, so it just makes my life easier. I can actually rip this lifeline out now. It's just been sat in their mind and its business, so you know. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out and like looking. I think it looks really nice. I really love like the shade of navy, and obviously he's trying it on as we go. Like this isn't going to be a surprise or anything, but yeah, I am happy with how it's going. It's just, it's going to be a bit of a long-winded one. So like last week, I think, not, it's okay, so today's Monday, not the weekend just gone, the weekend before, I think is when I finished up on my last project for me. So that was my chunky cardigan. So basically last week I decided not to cast on any new projects because I have this on the go, the gloves, this is my 3rd pair of gloves, and then I've still got to knit the straps for my pink raglan. So, and then obviously I'm twining all these cases. So I sort of told myself last week I wasn't going to cast on anything new, just because like, because I self-draft my patterns, sometimes it's just like too much brain work, and I felt like if I kept trying to like produce new things, I think I was just getting towards a bit of like a burnout. So yeah, this week I'm just taking it easy again. I'm hoping if I can finish up that glove maybe tomorrow, knit the thumbs on all 3 pairs, then they can be blocked, and then they're like out of sight, out of mind, can go in a box until Christmas. So I think that will make me feel quite good. Now that I've got the needle cases like down to a T, I know like the measurements and everything, that feels like it's cleared like a mental space. And then, so this jumper I knew was going to be like an ongoing process. So when I started my gift knits, I started planning them at the end of August. So after my like Denmark trip, when I bought the yarn, I sort of thought like I want to knit a pair of gloves each in like September, October, November, and then with the jumper I wanted to knit the yoke in September, either the body or sleeves in October, and then whatever was left, either the body or sleeves in November. But obviously I'm ahead with the gloves, which is absolute happy days. I feel like I've gotten so quick at them. I've like literally learnt the pattern off by heart. They're the penny gloves by Petite Knit. I think I did say that, but yeah, so today is actually, what is today? The 21st of October, which I can't believe it is the 21st of October already. So obviously my goal was to kind of try and have maybe either the body or the sleeves done, but I'm gonna aim for body, because I took his arm length measurement and forgot to take the wrist, so I need to basically figure out the decrease rate. So the plan is, if I can get as far as possible on the body in like the next 10 days, then we're going to be ahead, because if I aim for it to be done by December and we run over a little bit, then we've still got like 3 weeks leeway. Whereas if I actually plan for it to be done for Christmas, I don't want to then run out of time. So yeah, that is a very long-winded way of me saying this week I'm going to try and finish up on the jumper and the gloves, and hopefully knit the pink straps, and yeah, I will be happy. But the other thing is that I'm also doing some paid content for some like adverts, I guess, for hobby, and obviously that's something that I need to work on. But the issue is, now that it gets so dark, like I leave for work in the morning and it's dark, and I get home in the evening and it's dark, so I only really have like my days off and weekends to work on that sort of thing. And on top of that, obviously I'm trying to stay consistent with the YouTube and everything, and plus like I have a life, like I have a personal life. So yeah, I'm trying to kind of bear in mind that that is something that I need to set aside time for, like especially this weekend, to actually sit and film while it's daylight hours, because like the majority of the time that I spend knitting is like probably from about 7 o'clock in the evening till I go to bed. So like, I don't know, let's say like 10 o'clock was when I probably stop knitting. So I literally can't work on that in the evenings. But the thing is once I've got the initial few clips, I should be fine to work on the project as and when. But I would like to get a good like head start on that. But anyway, that's a lot of rambling, but that's probably just a bit of like a plan for the foreseeable. But I actually have kind of been enjoying just taking a break from like pattern writing for myself. It can be quite like taxing sometimes to try and like figure out all the maths and like rip back and whatever. So I am making one particular project for hobby, but I don't think it's anything that should be like massively challenging. I'm actually quite looking forward to having the like finished piece, so I think that's a good way to like motivate myself. So yeah, touch wood, fingers crossed, we should be seeing some of that soon. But I'm probably just going to carry on with this jumper for tonight. It's already like 20 to 10, and then yeah, hopefully we'll check back in. And I'm so sorry about like this lighting situation and filming situation. It's she's not ideal, but if I didn't film in the dark, I would literally have to update just on Saturdays and Sundays. So hopefully this is better than nothing. I do have a ring light, I'm not using it right now, but yeah, I'll catch up with you maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. It's Tuesday. We've been toiling some more things, so I've moved on to tote bags. So I've gone through like two like variations today, and I think I'm gonna settle on the second one, but it's not lined or anything yet. So this was the first one. I feel this is a bit unfair as well because this one hasn't got anything in it. But so this was the first one, and I wanted it to have like a set width. So I don't know if you can see, it's got like side pockets, and then yeah, obviously just like the two straps like a normal tote. But I felt like this was too long and it was too narrow, like my water bottle won't fit in the side. I don't know how I'm going to show you this, but you're just going to have to take my word for it. So anyway, rejigged the pattern a little bit, so it's a little bit wider but it's a little bit shorter, so it's a bit more like square, and then obviously the straps are bigger as well. So this is what the second variation looks like, which it is very similar but it is a bit different. So I'm hoping maybe tomorrow or later in the week I'll be able to line this twirl, because like the lining's where the interesting stuff's gonna happen with like the pockets and that. So yeah, I think this is the size that I'm going to go for, and yeah, hopefully we can get these all twirled up and settled on pretty quickly. I do like the thicker straps as well, like look wise, but also kind of function wise, like hopefully they'll be a bit stronger. So yeah, this evening I think we're just going to continue working on the boyfriend's jumper. So like literally nothing new there. Maybe the gloves, I have not got that much left to do on the gloves, so I didn't work on it at all today. I'm thinking, you know, if we can finish all of them up this week, then happy days. But I will, yeah, let you know. Today I filmed what you'll have said is my last video if you watched it, which was the Q&A on like pattern drafting and like tutorial and stuff. But I feel like I need to update you on what I've been doing. I was hoping to do this in proper daylight, but it has literally been overcast all day, so you're going to have to bear with. So I can't remember exactly what it was I updated you on last, I think I have made the second tote bag toile. So this is she. I think I may have shown you this, but yeah, obviously it's got the bigger side pockets. This will fit in a water bottle or like pencil case, something that's on both sides, but I have since lined it. So this is what it looks like. Obviously it's got like an actual bottom, so it is wider than a normal tote bag. And then yeah, so I don't know how to show you this. There is a zip in there as well currently, but yeah, so this is it lined, and then it's got this big section in the back, and then in that section there's also these back slots. So like the idea for this is you can chuck like your whip in the big bit, or like you could use this for whatever, okay, but I'm doing this with like whips in mind. So you throw whatever in the big bit, you can throw like your phone, your keys, everything in this pocket, and then in the actual side bits you can fit like, this is the same sort of insert as what's in like the needle cases, so you can put like needles, notions, like you can use these little pockets for like whatever. I'm looking for my phone to put in here, but I'm literally filming on my phone. So yeah, I don't know, you can put in like whatever. So this is what I'm going to go ahead with as for the tote bag design, and yeah, that's that. So last night I also finished these gloves. I say finished, but not really. Basically, I now have 3 pairs of thumbless penny gloves, which I can show. So yeah, these are the 3 pairs all together, all thumbless. So my plan is tonight to basically just knit up the thumbs, and then these can all be washed and blocked, and then that's literally 3 out of 4 of my gift knits all done. Obviously the 4th one is this guy, which we are making progress on the body. So this is where I last got him to try it on. I needed to do that about 10 more inches, and I think this is currently about 4 inches down, maybe just under, but because the bottom rib's 1.5 inches, like the 1x1 rib, it's actually like 8.5 inches. So in my head I'm like, I'm halfway to the end of the body, and then I feel like the sleeves will be quicker, but my goal is I just want to finish it this month, and today is the 25th of October. But yeah, I would just love for this to be done. But I did switch to my wooden needles, and oh my god, it's a game changer. I think I was just sick of the metal ones that I was using. I do like metal ones, but I think for different uses, like I really enjoy it in small circular like magic loop on circular needles. But yeah, for this, switching to the wood has made it more enjoyable. Still not massively enjoyable, but more enjoyable. I think as well because this is just like a much bigger stitch count than I would use for myself. Like, she stretches. Yeah, I'm just not used to projects taking me this long, I think. And then yeah, lastly, I've just had my tags and stuff turn up, so I thought I'd quickly show you them. So these were the ones that I had before. These are the woven ones. So these are the ones I actually bought to go in my actual garments. And then I bought some of these, which the intention is for like a folded over, like stick out the side sort of thing. So yeah, that was the original 2 that I had, but the ones that have just turned up are the cotton ones. So these are the ones that I'll actually be using on all the little bags and cases. So I got 2 sizes of just the flat logo. I think you can see the difference there. And then also some of these smaller ones, which are, see if I can hold these up together, they're actually like the opposite way to the first ones that I got. So yeah, so instead of coming out lengthwise, they're like sideways, but both of these edges get sewn in. So yeah, you can kind of see the difference. Oh my god, sorry, excuse me, I've been picking my fingers, but you can see the difference in like the materials up close. So what I'm thinking potentially as of right now, these on the tote bags coming out of the side, maybe this might be subject to change. These are one on the little flat pouches, and on the, if I make them, the scrunchies and the pin cushions. These ones I'm going to put aside. I think I am just going to keep them for myself, the woven ones for actual garments. And then these flat cotton ones are going to be what's on the cases. So obviously this case is in calico, but you can see it's very similar to the fabric. And this is the smaller one. Annoyingly, I'm still waiting on interfacing to come, but hopefully I can get started on cutting out the fabrics and everything pretty soon, getting some samples made up and getting them on Instagram. I'm currently also working on the website, I think I might have said, but the problem is I can't actually start making any products or like any product listings until I pay for a plan. So I'm sort of holding off on that until I've actually got all the things made, so that I'll actually be able to get some good like product photos and stuff, because I don't want to pay for the website for like an extra month if I'm not ready to actually launch the products yet. So yeah, I think we're just gonna hold fire, but I am glad that these are here because I did not know how long they were going to take. Like I said, I think the plan is just try and knit up these thumbs and then yeah, continue working on the other one. I do need to start another whip this weekend, but annoyingly that's something that I need daylight for to film the beginning of, so yeah, it's not going to be doable today. Hopefully I'll be able to start that in the morning and then we'll get a nice new whip on the way. It's Saturday morning and I have officially finished all 3 pairs of the penny gloves that I'm making for Christmas gifts. So this morning I've literally weaved in all the ends and everything, so I'm gonna block these. This is what they look like, all the different colours. They're all in the Filacolana Alva. Can't remember exactly what the colourways are, but I do find that the one thing that I find annoying with this is the balls come in 25 grams and you have to hold them double, but I think the pattern in total only uses 36 grams, so you use like a whole one and then a bit of the next. So now I have leftovers for all 3 of these colours and I don't know what I'm going to use them for. Like obviously I can incorporate them into like a scrappy project, but because this yarn is so fine, this held double, isn't it, on a 3mm. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, and it's just, yeah, it feels like a lot of yarn to have left over considering how much you buy. Like you only buy 2 and you have most of the second left over, so I don't know, that's maybe just a me thing. I mean, unless you figured out a way to, like, if you knit them shorter maybe you wouldn't have so much. I can show you what they look like on. So this is kind of roughly the length of them. Obviously when I block them this bit will stay up more, but I feel like these ones look cute with the nail set that I have on. But yeah, anyway, so they're done, which feels like a weight lifted. Obviously like my boyfriend's jumper is like an ongoing thing, but I'm just glad that the majority of my gift knits are done. So last night I actually started swatching for my next project. So I'm doing some paid content for hobby, but like not content that I have to post, it's like something for them to have. So they sent me some more yarn and yeah, I'm just swatching for the project that I'm gonna make. So yeah, this was gifted. This is the, I don't think I've got like a whole, I took all the labels off because obviously I was swatching. It's the upcycled alpaca silk. So it's 25% silk and 75% alpaca, and this is quite fine. The recommended needle size is a 3.5, but I'm using a 3 because I'm gonna do all over 2x2 rib with like these stripes. I don't know how true this is coming up on camera, so it's quite a lot of like neutrals and like earthy tones. There are some pink ones I think that I opted not to go for. So yeah, basically it's going to alternate. So this is like a browny kind of colour, this is like more of a charcoal, and then this is like a greyish brown that's like lighter than the other 2. So they're going to alternate with the alternating yellow and blue stripes running through, and it's going to be like a sort of like shrugged, like just sleeves cardigan thing, but it actually really excites me. So the last 2 weeks I haven't cast on anything new. I've just been working on like that jumper, on the gloves. Obviously I've been sewing a lot, so I am actually really excited by this. I really like the way that the swatch has worked up, so I'm going to wash and block this with my gloves this morning, so hopefully we can cast this on soon as well. But yeah, I'm really excited by this actually. I wasn't sure kind of how it was gonna turn out with so many different like colors, but I think it kind of works because all of these are like quite similar, like quite like neutrals, and yeah, I really like the blue and the yellow contrast, so I think this will be like, if you can imagine, I think this is gonna be cute. But yes, I think this is gonna be my next project because obviously I do need to work on the content for them. The annoying thing is now that the days are like so much shorter, it really limits the like filming time that I have to work on them. And I'm doing one other thing as well with some of their sock wool, but I think we're going to tackle this one first because this one's a whole project and the other one's just swatches. I feel like it would be best to get this one sort of done and out the way, and then when I have my week off in November from work, I can just try and like smash out the other stuff. But yeah, that's not really important. I'm just excited by this. So yeah, we're gonna wash and block these and then we'll see what we get up to this weekend. Really actually be able to see what's going on, but basically I have ironed all of the fabric that I am considering using for like the bags and cases and stuff, and I obviously now need to keep them laid flat, but I was thinking of sort of starting to separate them into like lining fabrics and then outer fabrics, and then like what I'm gonna make, like what fabrics I want to use for each different thing. Like some of these are just like random fat quarters that like I didn't even know that I had, so I've split them into like ones that are spotty, ones that are stripy, ones that have got like grids, and then like florals and stuff. But I just don't know how to go about like picking what I want to use for what. And yeah, it's kind of hard because like I don't know if I already spoke about this, but obviously when you make a collection you sort of plan so that like everything in your range is cohesive, even if it's not the same. So like if I was doing a Christmas collection, like a winter collection, I would use lots of fabrics that would go together, and then the same like, you know, if it was Valentine's or if it was like a summer one or whatever. But obviously because the whole point of this is to just try and use what I've got and try and clear through my fabric stash, it's all like not very cohesive. Like I have some things I do have a lot of meters of, like I have some black denim and like some navy corduroy and like just some other pieces of fabric, I can't remember off the top of my head now, that I do have quite a significant amount of. But like these for example, they're only sort of so big and yeah, can only make so much. So like with these, because they're like a thinner cotton, I was considering maybe like using them more for linings. But then some of the floral ones I do think are actually quite nice, like this blue one for example. I don't know, I think it's quite nice. And then as well, like, oh, you can't really see up here, these are all fabric quarters that I bought recently. See, like there is flaws in my plans, there are some creases, but it's fine. But yeah, so these smaller pieces would fit 4 out of 5 of the needle cases on. So the only things I wouldn't be able to make out of them are the circular needle ones, because the backings of them are just basically, it's exactly the width of one of these, but it doesn't give me any room for seam allowance. So yeah, I can't make anything, I can't make them cases with these bits of fabric. So then I'm like, is it worth making the smaller ones in them if I can't make all of them? But then I feel like if I think like that, I won't use any of it out. But yeah, basically my issue is that I feel like it's not all cohesive, and if I was actually planning this from scratch, I would buy fabrics that were cohesive. So I'm just having a bit of like an issue. And as well, like, because these fabric hauls are obviously from different places, like some of them are more see-through than others. I don't know if I hold these up against each other, yeah, you can see like the other one through. So some of them are not going to be suitable for outside fabrics. And the other thing as well is I just don't think some of them are as nice as the other ones. Like, I'm not a huge like spots person, so I think I would probably use them for linings. But then I'm like, I don't know, because like if other people like the spots, then I don't want to like stop people. Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm just like struggling a little bit, but some of these are quite cool. So like this is like all these little mountains, and yeah, this whole pack was sort of like around the wave, like the famous artwork. Yeah, so this is upside down, but like I think that this is so cool, but obviously I've only got enough to make one case in each, and obviously because this is the first time I'm making these, I don't know if anything or what will be popular, so it's kind of, yeah, it's just tricky to allocate. Yeah, I do really like some of these new florals. Again, this is upside down, it's got like these little birds on it. So yeah, like these sorts of things, which I think are so cute and would be so nice for the outsides of the cases potentially. But then my worry is that because they're thinner, would they be all right? But then I think especially with like the calico lining, I don't think that that should be too much of an issue. I just don't think I would be able to make the pouches, but then again I'm not sure because the interfacing hasn't come, so it's all a little bit like up in the air. Or like things like this are like panels from an old skirt, so again, like it's quite, we are quite limited in what we can do, but I'm just hoping to get the most out of everything. I would like for people to be able to buy, like if they want to, like a pouch and then like a matching case, or like, you know, if they want things in the same fabric. So I think that's really where my concern is like if there aren't enough products that match, you can't get like a whole range, and then I don't just want to buy fabrics because yeah, the whole point is to use them. But anyways, I'm just rambling, so I'm gonna go. I'll let you know when I've just made any decisions. Casted on this new project, which is gonna be in this yarn, which is the upcycled alpaca silk. I don't know what I did, but my maths is so far off. So we're gonna be frogging back the 5 rows that I've knitted and restarting. And also these are the stitch markers I was making, which I think are so cute, but I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but yeah, I think they're really cute and I like the size of them on the small needles as well. But yeah, I'm gonna rip this back and start again. I actually can't believe how sunny it is today. It's Sunday. I have freshly dyed my hair this morning, so we're looking a little bit scraggly, but I casted this on last night, so this is the start of my project that I'm doing for hobby. They don't actually require a project, they require a video. I wanted to make the project for the video. So this is how it's looking. It's just kind of like the back of a raglan with no front bit currently. It's gonna kind of be like just one of them sleeve cardigan things. There's someone scaffolding again today, so please bear with. But yeah, I'm really like how this is coming out. I really like how the colours look together. So yeah, this is my new current whip. Today, however, I want to start sorting through some of my fabric for the pieces, and I don't know if I'll include like the frantic stressed clip that I had last night. I think the best course of action is going to be start with the biggest things and then work down. So that is my tote bag toile up there, and then that's one of the needle cases, and the rest of them are in there. So I think I'm going to start allocating fabric for the biggest things, so like the tote bags, and then I'm going to work my way down to the cases and the sacks, and then from that what's left will be like the smaller pouches, and then we can get smaller and smaller down to like the pin cushions. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All of my fabric is like rolled up on itself, like there's so many different layers of different fabrics, so I'm gonna start like trying to unroll them and yeah, just see what we can allocate to what. Welcome to the voiceover section. So yeah, like I said, I basically just started with the biggest pieces of fabric that I had, and I started by cutting out the tote bags because like this black denim, for example, I really didn't have too much of it, but I knew I had enough for a tote, and I thought that would have been nice. And then this blue corduroy I had so much of. This was actually left over from my very first uni project in first year, so it's literally been in my stash for like 4 years, so I'm honestly glad to see it go. And then yeah, this fabric as well I had quite a lot of. I'm also making a tote in this, and then I think every needle case size and pouch size, this was just bought from my fabric shop at uni. They used to sell just like random offcuts of meters, so yeah, we're just trimming everything down. So I thought I'd quickly update. I've been cutting fabric today. Clearly it's now dark pretty much, but yeah, so I've got, that's for some of the cases, they are, and then tote bags and pouches. So really the only thing I have left to go through are these, which are the fat quarters. So I'm going to allocate them to the cases and then basically work out which ones I'm going to use as linings instead. And I actually realised as well that I cut these an inch too, oh, I think this is the wrong way. I cut these an inch too short, but I think what I'm going to do is I am actually just going to make this an inch shorter in the middle, because you don't actually need that much space because these push all the way down. And then what that will allow me to do is use them, because otherwise they wouldn't have fit this way across them. So yeah, I'm just amongst all of this fabric, and then I'm gonna stop for the day. It is Wednesday night, so I didn't update yesterday or the day before, just been busy, but thought I'd quickly show you this. So oh my god, this bed is like so creaky. This is the progress that I've made on this thing that I'm doing for hobby. So although I'm making the content from them and the yarn was gifted, it's not actually anything that I've got to talk about like on here or Instagram or anything. So yeah, this is just what I'm making with the yarn that they sent me. So it's kind of hard to show because the circular that I'm using is quite short, so I can't really pull it out. But yeah, this is like the top of what's gonna be this like bolero sleeves thing, but I'm really happy with how it's coming out. Actually, I really love the stripes, and although like obviously all of the like base colors are neutral, like they do alternate, and then the two blues are actually slightly different as well, and then the yellow is just the same. So yeah, I feel like this is coming out and like looking quite cool. So yeah, this is like my main whip at the minute. Obviously I do still need to work on that other jumper for my boyfriend, but this one is more of a closer deadline, or not so much like a deadline, but I don't want to be doing this for too long because I'd like to get the content done. But yeah, this is just back and forth. It's like basically a raglan with no front currently, so like it's got the increase points at the back and then like on the front as well. So like these are the top of the sleeve section. I think I'm gonna have to put these on like the like cable extender things, like the like rubber tubes, to basically try this on when I get further down. But I think obviously I need to finish this charcoal section, do another bit of yellow, and then I think I'm going to do the second brown, like this brown repeat, and then see where to go from there. I have been also working on a lot of the sewing stuff, so obviously I think you would have seen I cut out a lot of the fabric on Sunday, and I've been sewing them up a little bit this week. but I unfortunately don't have any of it with me, so that'll probably be one to show you either tomorrow or maybe Friday, so I can actually show you in the daylight. But yeah, that's also what I've been working on. I've kind of been focusing on like making the like inner bits, because I'm waiting on the ribbon to come for the ties, so I can't actually secure like the outer case to the inner case until the ties come, because they need to be caught in the seam. So yeah, I've just been working on some of them as well. Another thing that I had delivered today were my this is, I always forget this is going to be backwards, but I'm sure you get the gist. These are just going to be the thank you cards to go in with any of the orders that I may or may not get. But yeah, I just order all of this from Vistaprint. Again, like, not sponsored. It just worked out cheaper to order the pre-made ones from Vistaprint than it was to like buy the correct paper, print it at home, all the ink, and like just also the faff of like having to cut them all down to postcard size. So yeah, these are just, I think, the A6 ones. This top one is like, I don't even think you can see, it's like a little bit damaged on the edges, but I pulled out the one underneath it and seems to be fine. So yeah, like, touch wood, this is the only one. I also had to get my shipping up, so I did buy one of these little stamp things. Let me see if I can like show you what this does. I don't know what I'll use this for, because yeah, like I said, obviously this was just to get up the shipping, but it's one of these like self-inking stamps. Oh, that was upside down. So it's just got like the logo. So yeah, I'm thinking of maybe just putting this on the outer box. This is like on the assumption that anyone's gonna buy anything when the shop goes up anyway. Like, obviously I'm not expecting things to sell out instantly, but I'm still really conflicted about like whether to just go ahead straight with the website or to maybe launch some on Etsy. Obviously you do get the more traffic on Etsy from just like searches, but they do take such a big cut of like what you earn. I feel like as well, by the time this video goes up, I may have even come to a decision on that. I'm just trying to think, 'cause it's not going up this weekend, it'll be the weekend after. So yeah, maybe this is a bit redundant, but yeah, we shall see. Yeah, I think this evening I'm just gonna be working on that hobby thing. I don't know if I said as well, it's the upcycled alpaca silk, and it is actually really soft. I will say two things. Firstly, because it's so soft, the balls do just like fall apart, which I also did find with that extra fine merino, which like has no impact on your finished garment, but it's just something that I particularly found irritating. And also because it's like, it's, I don't know how to describe it. Okay, I'm knitting this on metal needles, so maybe I've gone wrong there, but I have found that it's quite slippery, like it slides a lot, and so sometimes like if I drop a stitch, the stitch does like run a bit. Like it's easy enough to fix, but something like the Let Lopi that I'm using for like my boyfriend's one, because they're both 2x2 rib as well, that one will just stay in place, whereas this one she does like to get going. So yeah, but either way, I'm really actually enjoying the process of this. This is on 3mm. I thought it would be more painful than it is, but I guess as well, because I'm only doing the raglan for like this top portion up to like basically my armpits, and then it's just going to be sleeves, I thought it wouldn't be so bad. So yeah, this is where we're at, this is what we're working on. So yeah, so like this is what I mean with the balls. Like, this has just been in my bag and it just, yeah, just kind of falls apart, but it's super soft, so it's like a payoff that you get, I guess. I do feel like I've been pretty bad at updating, because I filmed my October podcast this morning and was meant to update the vlog at the same time and forgot. So I'm currently missing a nail. She broke today. So I am just about to make a new set. It's Friday night. My desk, however, is raised into standing position, so we might just do this stood up. But obviously I said I was going to show all the fabric that I had cut at work this week. So it's currently all stacked here on top of each other flat currently. So I'm not convinced I'm gonna get that out right now because I've literally just tried to clear up a bit. Oh my god, sorry, this is wonky. Yeah, I've literally just tried to clear up a bit because obviously when you like file off the nails, it's like gonna get dust everywhere. So yeah, that's my plan now. I did some Christmas shopping today, but yeah, obviously the whole of next week is when I'm off. I also bought these new lights. They're like little candy canes. I feel like it's a bit early to be decorating for Christmas, but I have also bought some other Christmas decorations. So yeah, that is the plan for this evening, and I will hopefully show you at some point over the weekend, but I'm not sure because we have got like a Halloween party tomorrow, so we'll just see what we get done. So nails are done. I'm not convinced that I love this set, but it's what we're going with. What I think it is I think that the shade of pink that the base is looks too much like when you hurt your finger, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I don't know. And then, oh, you can't see, it's just got these little red stars and gems on them. But yeah, they're done, but I can't do anything else now. It's like, I think it's like nearly 10 o'clock, but I do really need to review over my pattern that's in testing because I have got some comments on it. So yeah, I think that's going to be the only plan for this evening. Need to obviously clear the bed off, and then tomorrow I'll probably get back to any sewing or whips or anything. Although yeah, I will be getting ready for my Halloween costume. Me and my boyfriend are doing Corpse Bride, so that's what that veil is. But as well, so I have been listening to quite a lot of audiobooks recently. Like obviously I do love to read, but I don't read as much anymore because I craft so much, so that takes up the time. So I've been using Libby, which I've used for years, but I finished up an Ember in the Ashes series recently, and I've started listening to the Poppy War. I think I'm like 82% of the way through it, but like, oh my god, I literally can't stop listening to it, but like in pure horror. Like it is so vile in parts, but I'm so like, I have to know what's gonna happen. But oh my god, yeah, like it is not for the faint-hearted. Like it is in such a weird way so good and so fascinating, but like, oh, it's like, yeah, it actually makes me feel physically sick in parts. So I don't think I'll be listening to any more of that before I go to bed. I do actually have the first one as a physical copy, but I'm hoping that the second two are going to be on Libby. But yeah, it's so grim, it's just horrible. So it's currently Sunday afternoon, it's like about 2:30, and we had a Halloween party last night. So as I'm sure you can imagine, it was quite a late one. Me and my boyfriend went as Corpse Bride, so the blue has like somewhat stained my skin, which is just absolutely wonderful. But yeah, I honestly haven't really done too much today. I definitely need to clean up my room. There's like face paint and makeup everywhere, and I've somehow trodden some sort of makeup through my carpet, which I don't understand because it's pink and we had like blue on. Like I feel like this actually might be showing up on camera a bit, but yeah, you can definitely see where it's stained. It's like, it's come off my hands a bit now, but like last night it was bad. So I feel like today I'm just gonna take it chill, relax a little bit. I need to like get in the shower, and because my carpet's wet where I've been like trying to scrub it, I need to get changed into some like dry clothes. But because I'm off for the next week, I'm obviously going to be focusing a lot on making up some of the like knitting needle cases and the sewing stuff I want to do. So I feel like I'm going to end this video here so that I can start the next video, and that can all be kind of like self-contained. I know I kept saying like in a couple of the last clips, like, I'll show you, but honestly it is still like, there's like basically a huge pile of cut fabric like stacked up on my floor because it's all pre-ironed, so it's like the only way I could think of to like keep it not creased. So yeah, that will be the next video. I might honestly today just try and work on some more of my boyfriend's Christmas jumper, because now we're in November, I feel like the panic is setting in. Not that I don't think I'll be able to finish it, but I do feel like I need to get in gear a bit. Although obviously I am also working on that other project for hobby, so it's just like trying to balance. So yeah, I feel like if I focus on knitting today, sorting my room out, and then tomorrow we can get going on the other stuff. But yeah, as always, like, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. I'm literally, I don't know if you can see, my iPad is there. I'm just currently uploading the October podcast, so if you missed it, obviously that will be up on the channel. And yeah, you can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, it's all Fashion by Beth, and I'm significantly less blue over there as well.